Hi, I'm Dennis Jacobs, class of 2007, and I currently live in Los Angeles and work as an second assistant director for Charlie Sheen's new show, Anger Management on FX.
That's pretty cool. So you were tell me what your major was at SU. Was this kind of the dream you had when you were in school, or what led you out to LA, Dennis?
Sure, I was actually a television radio film major in Newhouse, so I am working in the entertainment industry as I had planned on doing. When I first started at SU and got into Newhouse, I wanted to, I always told everybody I want Jon Stewart's job. So I took TRF and had a great time, and actually was going to move to Washington, D.C. At the end of my tenure there, but Professor Michael Schoonmaker told me not to. He said, look, you go to D.C., you're going to work for a corporation, Discovery Channel, you're going to go through downsizes, you're going to be without a job, you want to do entertainment, what are you going to do? Go to LA. There are more opportunities in LA. If you get a job somewhere and you lose it, you go across the street and you get another job. So that's what I did.
Not as simple as that though, right? Kind of talk to me about the finding of a job here in LA. I mean, you got extremely, I wouldn't say lucky, you had a lot of talent with the job that you have right now, but how does it work? I mean, how did you get this gig?
Yeah, no, I tell everybody I got very lucky too, but no, there's definitely some talent, thank you, but also connections and how you utilize them. When I moved out here, I signed up for our Syracuse Google group that a lovely woman named Susie Beck started, and there's hundreds of people on it. One of the girls on the board said, hey, 2.5 Men's going to be hiring people, send in your resume. So myself and like 80 other Syracuse students sent in our resumes, and they pulled mine out and called me for an interview, and that's how I got my first job. I have a lot of other friends that, you know, from connections, now that we have the Syracuse LA office. I remember my first weekend out here, I was sitting with Joan Adler in her office, like on a Saturday afternoon. We had no business being there on a Saturday. She was great, just asking us, what do you want to do? And just going through like her mental Rolodex of alumni that she has, and like, call this person, call this person. So we have so many alumni, and because of that, we have so many opportunities for people to get that first job. And am I a realist and say that it may not come as fast as mine did? Absolutely. I have some people that moved out here with a job. The majority of us move out here without a job. But you have to be prepared, and you have to work at getting work.
And as far as keeping that work or really succeeding and moving up, what do you think the keys are? Like you had a promotion on 2.5 Men, and now you've got this great job with anger management. What are those keys to kind of not just being a PA for the rest of your life, let's say? Not that there's anything wrong with being a PA.
Well, no, not anything wrong with being a PA, but nobody wants to be a PA forever. We would joke as PAs, I wonder why there's no PA union, and then we thought there's nothing more sad than the president of the PA union. There's a few things, actually. One, you need to have a no job is too small attitude. I can't stress that enough, and especially for those of you coming out of Newhouse who are thinking that you've written a script and you've produced a TV show and they should be giving you an agent the second you get out here. I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way for the vast majority of us.
Yeah.
But you need to have that no job is too small attitude. You need the copy made? Sure. You need this made? Sure. And the way I would always make it in my head was that, okay, let's say I had to copy the scripts for the show. Well, if I don't copy the scripts, then the actors don't get them. If the actors don't get the script, they can't make the show. Boom. I obviously am the linchpin for this entire show to be possible. Okay, so maybe I was a little delusional, but it's what kept me, you know, grounded and sane through the whole thing. So that's definitely one. The other one is meet as many people as you can and stay in touch with them. And as you'll find out, the later things go, that becomes a little bit more difficult, is trying to stay in touch with people. But you never know when an opportunity may arise, when you may hear of an opening, when you may hear of an opening that you know and think, oh my goodness, I know the perfect person for that spot. So that's another big thing. It's just kind of just meeting people and always keeping in communication.
So where do you see yourself? I mean, you're on anger management now. I guess first, how did this come to be, and then where do you see yourself going? Yeah,
I worked at 2.5 Men for 3 years. So I worked with Charlie Sheen, obviously, who started that show. And about a year ago, he contacted me and said he's going to have a new show and wanted me to work on it. And I said, absolutely. When do we start? And this has just been such an incredible experience. I've never worked on anything like this show. We shot 2 episodes a week. You know, I mean, there was just a crazy pace and amazing talent behind the camera, in front of the camera. So I'm happy that I got to do that. So hopefully we get picked up and I go back to work for that for a little while.
Nice.
And then later down the line, I'd love to have my own production company and see, you know, producing things.
And hiring lots of orange, perhaps?
Exactly. You know, my thing always is I would love nothing more than to have a movie that's written by one friend and I pulled in and stars another friend and it's directed by another friend and the whole thing's orange.
Cool. Any other advice for students who are looking at this thinking, that is exactly what I want to do, I want to come out and live the dream in LA? What would you say to them?
Come, you have to get here. You have to get here. Tell your parents this is how it works. They will tell you things like, well, you should call the HR department. Just call. Listen, okay? You can move after you. Don't. Okay, you have to move first. Someone's going to call you in for an interview and want you there tomorrow, and if you're still in New York, you can't make it. Guess what? They're not going to hold that spot for you. Okay? So the first thing is first is make the move. There are so many people here. There are so many people making that move at the same time. We have events for you guys just moving here at the same time. You are not alone in taking this plunge. So do it, and then email me when you get here.
Awesome. Dennis Jacobs, class of 2007. Thanks so much, Dennis.
You're welcome. Bye, guys.
Woo!